Excellent. And we're live. Welcome, welcome. Thank you for coming. All right, just getting set up here. All right, welcome. Thank you for coming. I'm Keith Cook. Thank you for coming to my stream. I'm going to talk about some cryptocurrencies today. So, some of the big news today we got going on. Cardano, the Alonzo upgrade, revealed the date. We're going to go over the chart in a little while, but this is big news. This update's going to bring on the smart contracts, which is really going to bring up the use case for Cardano, because until now it's really just been about staking. It hasn't really had any utility. So it's scheduled for September 12th. Cardano is looking to upgrade the network in the near future, as IOHK's Nigel Hemsley revealed the project plans to launch the upgrade on September 12th. In a tweet, Input Output Hong Kong also explained that the upgrade will happen on the same date mentioned in the video. The name Alonzo derives its name from the mathematician and computer scientist Alonzo Church. So that's just kind of telling you about like how it got its name and everything. But that's the big news for Cardano and why you see this hockey stick of a pattern going on here and a nice big accumulation. So let's move on to some more adoption news. Intel is disclosing holding Coinbase stake in filing with the SEC. The computer chip manufacturer Intel Corporation has revealed it holds a stake in the leading U.S. cryptocurrency exchange Coinbase. The tech giant purchased the shares worth almost $800,000 after the digital asset trading platform went public earlier this year. So that's pretty big adoption news right there. So Intel, rather than putting like Bitcoin on its sheet or other cryptocurrencies, they're going straight for the what do they call it? The buying the shovels and the pickaxes, like for the mining guys. That came out terribly, but hopefully you understand what I'm saying. They're hoping to get better exposure to the market through buying the exchanges that hold it, if that makes any sense. So on the last day before the weekend, Coinbase's shares rose by 1.85% with a closing price of $261. Fox Business noted the shares of Intel remained almost unchanged on Friday at around $53.50. Maybe it was already priced in. People probably already knew about this. That's probably likely. But I don't know. I think that's pretty big news right there. We'll move on to some inflation news in the U.S. U.S. inflation continues to rise amid lockdown talk, and producer prices jump 7.8%. Biden blames OPEC. Of course he does. The United States is facing severe inflation, despite the Federal Reserve and mainstream media doubling down on saying the loss of purchasing power is just transitory. This week, consumer and producer metrics from July have been published by the U.S. Bureau of Labor and Statistics, and inflation is growing stronger. Wow. Yeah, I don't even know what to say about that other than I love when the prices of my stuff goes higher. I love it. The consumer price index, you see just major jump. This week's data from the U.S. Bureau of Labor and Statistics indicates that the consumer price index, jumped to 5% last month. Sorry about that. Consumer prices have been a worry for quite some time now after the U.S. Federal Reserve ballooned the monetary supply more so in a single year than any other time in history. Really? We're going to try to get on the internet right now, Violet? The Federal Reserve Chairman Jerome Powell said in April that the central bank believes the issue with inflation will be resolved quickly. Powell stressed the nature of the bottleneck is that it will be resolved. In many statements, Powell and his central bank colleagues have called the current inflation transitory, and it won't last. They're just going to keep going with that money printer, aren't they? Right. Export prices from Peter Schiff right here. Export prices rose 1.3% in July. Year over year, they're up 17.2%. The 2021 gain is 13.5%, which annualizes to a shocking 23%. It's likely that prices of goods we don't export rose by a similar percentage. 23% is a more honest measure of inflation than the CPI. It's worse than the 1970s. Well, yeah, I think Peter Schiff's kind of right on this one. Like, the way that they calculate inflation, they're leaving out a lot, I believe, a lot of things, and they're skewing it. I think Peter Schiff is, a little more on the nose there. Moving on. Nancy Pelosi is urged to amend the harmful cryptocurrency provision in the infrastructure bill. Yes. This was the whole infrastructure bill was pretty shocking. Something they know nothing about, but yet they want to tax the ever-loving life out of it. U.S. Representative Anna Eshoo has asked House Speaker Nancy Pelosi to amend the crypto provision in the $1.2 trillion infrastructure bill that the Senate passed this week. She urged the House to adopt a bipartisan amendment supported by the Treasury Department that provides a solution. Right, the harmful language on the crypto infrastructure bill. From another article I was reading, I didn't get it lined up for us today, but I was reading that the IRS is not going to be really paying attention to the harmful language, like the broad definition of broker, that covers the miners, validators, developers of wallets who are unable to comply with reporting requirements. Yeah, like they're asking for information that's pretty much impossible. Like what they're doing is unreasonable. It's not as all right. So we have Ted Cruz chiming in. Many people have criticized the crypto provision in the bill, with Senator Patrick Toomey calling it unworkable. Senator Ted Cruz said, "This infrastructure bill has in it a portion that is designed to obliterate crypto. That would be a tragic mistake. Some have warned that if this law is adopted, it will drive innovation overseas." Absolutely, absolutely. Like, how are people going to innovate if they're basically breaking the law just to do anything? Like, everyone's just gonna leave. Like, that's my opinion. But talk about shooting yourself in the foot. All right, augmented reality-based Dogemon Go mobile game allows players to urge Dogecoin. Really interesting. Following this year's hype toward the meme-based digital currency Dogecoin, a team of developers revealed the launch of an augmented reality mobile game called Dogemon Go. Similar to the AR game Pokemon Go, players catch virtual characters called Dogemons. While characters level up, they can earn Dogecoins for rewards. This is the first time I'm really seeing this, but I mean, I did put it up here so we could look at it, but wow. This is if you guys like Dogecoin, this is some pretty good use case for it. Catching Dogemon and earning Doge. There's a new mobile phone video game that leverages augmented reality in the crypto asset Doge. The crypto community caught a whiff of the Dogemon Go game last month when the project's final Twitter page started tweeting about the game. The developers of the AR mobile game recently revealed that the game has been launched for iOS devices and an Android application is currently being constructed. The project's website welcomes visitors to the game and also includes a map of the AR playing field. The web portal DogemonGo.com says, "Start now and catch your first Dogemon. Combine the playing experience with your favorite Dogemon. Start catching Dogemons today. And if you're a great trainer, you can find cryptocurrency as prey among other Dogemons. The Dogemons are waiting for you. Start now and catch them all." So that's... I kind of like that. I was never a big Dogecoin guy, but that's a pretty good use case for it, really, in my opinion. So what do you guys think about that? Is anyone going to be playing that game? Then be catching their Dogimons. Alright, so we got a little bit more adoption news here. Kevin O'Leary is buying crypto. Gets paid in crypto and partners with FTX Exchange. Mr. Wonderful, aka Kevin O'Leary, is increasing his cryptocurrency allocation. He's taking an equity stake in the FTX crypto exchange and has signed a multi-year deal to become its ambassador and spokesperson. He will be paid in crypto for his services. I think you're just going to be seeing a lot more of that with more high-profile people as time goes on. I mean, it's kind of the way to go. Anyone ever use FTX Exchange? I haven't really used that one yet. Oh. Wow. He's got the laser eyes. Or what is that? The safe moon eyes? Kevin O'Leary. Peter, get over it. Facts change. I change. I'm increasing my cryptocurrency allocation because I'm making money with it. It's that simple. Yeah. Anybody who kind of knows Peter Schiff knows he's not a big fan of Bitcoin. Yeah, so what do you guys think? That's pretty cool. And the last one in our news, and then we're going to be moving on to the charts and analysis. Some more adoption. Southeast Asia's largest bank, DBS, expands crypto business to meet growing demand. I think that kind of sums it up right there, doesn't it? Now you're getting banks adopting globally. And I believe it might have been earlier this year, banks in the United States actually were allowed to, I believe, custody them and hold them. So I think over time you'll see it more over the United States as well. So DBS, Southeast Asia's largest bank, has announced a series of milestones for its crypto business. Its brokerage arm has obtained preliminary approval from the Monetary Authority of Singapore, Singapore's central bank, and its cryptocurrency exchange will start operating 24/7 to meet growing demand for cryptocurrency. Yeah, cryptocurrencies, from what I understand, are much more popular over in some of the Asian countries like South Korea, Singapore. Not so much China right now, I don't think. But I don't know. Maybe there's something more going on behind the lines that I don't really know about. All right. Yeah. So now we have banks coming online. Excellent. So I think that's pretty bullish news. Let's start with Bitcoin. So on the monthly, Bitcoin's had a nice little pullback, but I mean, right now, like over the past little month or two, let's pull up a price range tool. Like off these lows, we're already up. That's a good 60% move in like the past 2 months. That's pretty decent. Let's zoom in here. We'll get a closer look. Like, are we going to the moon? We set in a nice higher low off the 21 exponential. Now we're above the 9 exponential. Losing a little momentum on the MACD. Not a big deal. All right, so now we got a little bit more zoomed in here. So this area that I have marked off in this red zone, if I were to pull up a Fibonacci, a bearish retracement, I believe from here, there. So you're going to see that it basically lines up right in the nice little 0.5 to 0.618 zone there. So the reason why I have that marked off in red currently is we are up 60%, as you just saw. And people might be getting a little greedy, expecting that we're just going to go to the moon from here. Maybe we are. MACD is about to get a nice crossover, but hasn't happened yet. If we were to get some sort of a bear trap, or not bear trap, bull trap going on, this is kind of the area that I believe we might see it. Maybe somewhere up around 52,000 before it falls over. Maybe somewhere around this high, or this low right here. But if we do, are we going to go down lower? Because that's when you start getting into gap territory. There is a gap on the CME chart currently, and I believe it's somewhere in this lower 30K range. Zoom into the daily. You're not going to see it on the spot chart, but right now it does look like we are losing some momentum here as we're going up. Maybe we do, are we going to get rejected up here, guys? What do you think? Or are we going to the moon? Are we playing out Wyckoff accumulation? We're going to come up, build up, and then come up on top, and then continue to the moon? Or is this going to be your bull trap zone that is going to ultimately send us probably on to make a lower low? Let's see, maybe let's mark off some territories where we might get some bouncing here. Alright, so we marked off 19, basically 20,000 area, and 24. So let's mark that off in green. We'll just make it from here. So if the red box does play out as some resistance and we do get dropped down from here, and we do break the low of about 28, then I do believe we are heading down to this green box down here. But I mean, it's not an end all. That there is a, it's not exactly confirmed yet, but there is a potential golden cross on exponential moving averages. I use Crown's Crypto Cave moving averages. Shout out to Crown. It's taught me a lot. You guys should definitely go watch them. Violet, can we please get down? Alright. Cat wants to say hi. Alright. Back at it. Go away, Brave Browser. Alright, so if we do fail here, is it the end of the world? Not necessarily. Still could come back down, set in another higher low somewhere, maybe 42.5 area. Is this gonna get us support on the lower time frames? Michael. What's up, dude?
My iPad's taking a long time.
Yeah, you killed the battery, buddy. Alright.
So no.
Excuse me. Alright. Hey, buddy, can I have a couple more minutes?
Yeah.
Almost done.
Okay.
Thanks, dude. Alright, back at it. That was Michael. So, we got the yellow 21, really nice slope. positive. Are we going to continue up into the red box zone, cover above it, flip this green, move up, set new higher highs, or are we going to be rejected, continue down below, maybe bounce off here, and then go up? Time will tell, right? Alright, so what else were we looking at? We were also looking at, we wanted to look at Ethereum and Cardano. So we'll do Ethereum, and then we'll do Cardano, and then, yeah, let's just start with that. Oh, actually, before I did that, I want to do one last thing. I did not cover the hash ribbons. The miners have really been turning on lately. The miners are the ones responsible for basically keeping the network secure. Their hash rate is their computing power. So, as you can see, we did get this blue buy signal right around August 2nd, August 3rd. And since we've gotten that signal, we have had quite a nice little rally to the tune of about 27% so far. I'll pull back. Call it 25%. So, nice rally. Let's go back and see what else happens when you see these blue buy signals. These are just stock settings. I haven't changed them. Ooh, get our tool. This one came in on December 1st. So let's go from December 1st. And we will go not to the wick high, but we'll just go when you start seeing it falter. That's a 223% move to the upside. Alright, so what else? When else do we see these? We had another one-off over here around, the Rona time. So this is kind of a black swan event that those are so unpredictable that the entire world was turned upside down during that event. So where did we get the next blue buy signal? Well, really, it's supposed to be here at this cross. So if you held it from that signal, and we'll just do it until you see the next capitulation. So where is that? But would you really sell during that? The price is going straight up, so that's just a 40% move off that buy signal. But are you going to sell during that time? Let's say you know. Okay, so if you actually did hold on to it, then you'd have two moves. One 559% move, and then another one for 223%. Okay, so let's go a little further back. So we got another one here. So these are times when the miners are turning on their machines. They're betting with their hardware, their cost of electricity, that they want to make the network stronger and they want to compete to get the block reward of Bitcoin. So let's say we start up here. Let's say we don't get the actual low. Let's say we get the breakout. It's a 39% move. Where else? Blue buy signal. Okay, so this is 3,500 dump from 6K to 3,200. Then you run sideways. And right in this area is right when they started turning on and accumulating. So let's pull up our price range tool. Let's go Let's go the exact day, right when the price dumps. Okay, so somewhere around here. Sorry, this mouse is touchy. So you're looking at a 250% move to the upside. That's pretty nice. Do we have any more instances back here? I think we might have one more, but this is an indicator that does take a little time to populate. I don't think there's much before here. Okay, I think this is... So, how can I even get this all in? Okay. Alright, how am I going to do this here? So, we'll go this buy signal. Right here. Here. Actually, it's actually telling you kind of early. So let's say that you get in somewhere right in here. So your first major blow off will bring you up 100%. But it never actually, this is just when the hash rate just goes absolutely insane. Like, I'm guessing there must have been new technology or something at this point, because the hash rate itself is just going like exponential. All right, so let's, oh no. Okay. So now let's see how high it goes when you see these. Okay. So from that buy signal, that's 2,900% and 3,350% if you actually manage to sell the blow off top. So that's just, I really like to watch this indicator. It's a good way to know how are people, like, what's the sentiment behind it? Like, how are people that support the network feeling about Bitcoin? So let's move on to Ethereum. I just wanted to make sure to cover that. I think that's pretty big. So Ethereum, pull up Ethereum. Looking pretty bullish. We got to get rid of that though. This does not work on anything except Bitcoin. That is a Bitcoin indicator only. Pull up the ADX DMI. So what this is, it's like a directional movement index. And you got, that kind of shows momentum strength as well. But let's see here. Oh yeah, I want that to be in like blue so I can see it better. And then I want this, and I want that in white so we can see the threshold. Alright, so right now the DMI Plus is dominant, which is the green one, and that one is losing some momentum, as well as the ADX. That strength is also coming down. That's not really what we want to see. What we want to see is this type of stuff right here. You want to see it, the green DMI Plus dominant over the threshold, with the ADX also coming in tandem with it, because that's when you see these really large, like, rocket moves. Yeah, let's find out where they both come. Let's find this cross. Okay. So that's like playing the breakout right there. Yeah, 66% move right there. You got another one right here. Let's check out that one. Just some of these more local crosses. So we got there. Okay, so you're playing breakout right there. So right now you would be up 43%. And we'll just do one more. We'll go a little further back. Let's pick one. It stays dominant above the threshold, so that's a plus. Right about here is when it starts weakening off. So let's just do from the cross to this point. Probably not as large of a move, but let's see. So that's the breakout point. Actually, it doesn't look like much, but 33, 40. Violet, come on. You're killing me right now. Sorry about that. All right. So yeah, it doesn't look like that because of how actual huge this move is. But if you were just trading off of this one indicator, that would have given you a nice 43% move. Okay, so let's see what happens when you see something kind of the opposite. What happens when you get the red, the DMI minus, crossing above the threshold with the ADX also backing it up? So right here is where we get the cross. Oof. That's a negative 55% move, ladies and gentlemen. So it's not giving you the actual high. It's coming off the next lower high. And it's basically telling you, get out of Dodge. So I really like that indicator. I like to use it with other things, obviously. It's not my only tool, but the way that I see this right now is we are still dominant above the threshold with the DMI plus in green. Although this is losing some momentum, but both are still above the threshold and the trend is up, and let the trend be your friend. Until the end, really. Not financial advice. None of this is financial advice, of course. I'm not a financial advisor. I am just showing my opinions and what I'm looking at. I'm going to do one more Wanda Cardano since we were talking about it earlier. And actually, we'll look at Doge and see how it reacted to that news from the other day. All right. So, on my last live stream, Cardano has gone quite a bit since then. We had marked off this little zone here. We obviously don't have a crystal ball. Weren't sure if it was going to tip over, come back down, or if it was going to continue up to our next target, which it exceeded. Now, the next part I have marked off is $2.33. As you can see, the ADX DMI really fired off, like hard. Let's see what happened. All right. So right when they, wow, this one never even, okay, so we'll just start it from like right above there. So yeah, 66% move, 67% move. That's a nice one. Do we got more fuel in the tank? Let's just check out the RSI and see what's up. Okay, so we're definitely a little up there. But even if we come down, that maybe we'll just consolidate a little bit more after this breakout. I mean, Seriously, we're up 66%. Are we gonna cup and handle this thing and maybe build a base somewhere up in this range? We'll see. Yeah, Cardano with that Alonso news and that smart contract update, that's really that's going to be a big driver of price, because currently a lot of the driving factor behind Cardano has been hype. Like, there hasn't been anything behind it really except staking, which staking is good, passive income, never a bad thing. Let's just zoom out real quick. I didn't do the weekly first like I probably should have. Zoom out and go. Yeah, like you can see back here in December, January, beginning of this year, it finally started taking off. Oh wow, and we are just getting up into this bullish area. I think we still, like on the weekly, yeah, weekly we are just breaking out. Look at that candle. That is insane. That is some serious strength. I don't even know what to say. I haven't looked at it on the weekly. That's pretty powerful. So just to go into the 4-hour real quick. Getting a little bearish divergence, but really, like, in that powerful of a move, maybe we'll see it blow its top, come form some sort of a range up here. That's I think that would be a good thing. All right, let's look at Doge. Doge. All right. Yeah, I don't want to toot my horn, but I did call a sell in this area. I've had that marked off for quite a while. Not to say it can't come back up. I'm sure it can. So we'll just extend that out. So let's check on the price tool. How's Doge doing off? Wow, nice 68%, 60% move. Oh, okay, so I think what I'm seeing here is starting to look. Where's my tool? Curve. I think we're gonna get like some sort of a swing pattern going on. Yeah, that's what I think. And let's look at what we might have for some upside resistances here. Let's drag that out. All right, so I'm looking, if this is not gonna, set some new all-time highs and go to the moon with Elon Musk. I'm looking at 42, 48 cents, maybe a possible reversal zone. But, I mean, what are we looking at if we're maybe $1.01? Maybe we'll set a new high up at the 1618. That would be pretty impressive. Can Doge do it with printing that much Doge every day? Maybe. Who knows? Alright. I'll do Binance Coin, and then that's about it. I'm just about done. Binance, like the cheaper Ethereum. If anyone's ever tried to use Ethereum for its smart contracts, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. The fees are absolutely insane on Ethereum. Like, what was it? I had a couple pairs locked up in Uniswap. What did I do? I was just trying it out. I think I put like $50 total. I did like 25 of USDC, and I paired it with some Ethereum, so it was like $50. When I put it in, it might have been like $2 or $3 of a network fee, but when I went to go take it out, it was like, I ended up waiting. I didn't pay the $100 network fee, so I waited till it came down to like $20. But exactly, $20 network fee to get out my 50, on top of paying the what 2 or 5 or whatever I paid the first time. So it's absolutely ridiculous to be trying to use Uniswap on Ethereum for anything under like thousands of dollars. Like, it's just silly. But if you go on Binance and use their smart chain, it's much better, much cheaper, just as fast. I think you can do swaps on PancakeSwap with it for, like maybe 50 cents. It's super cheap. I don't know if you've ever used PancakeSwap for a decentralized exchange. Works just as good as Uniswap. If I'm not mistaken, it actually came out first. But yeah, let's stop rambling. So we got a nice bounce off of the support here in the 255 zone. Now we're getting supported by the yellow 21 and the 9 exponential. Kind of bouncing off our first zone we had marked off here, but I mean, this looks like it'll be continuation. You know what? Maybe we'll add one more horizontal right over here. All right, so maybe we break up into this next zone, pull back 528, or I'm not even saying pull back. I'm just going zone by zone here. And let's look at the RSI. Yeah, you can see that's, finally starting to shape up a little bit. So what do we got on our moving averages here? What do we got on our moving averages here? Do we have any sort of golden crosses or anything? Oh, we did way back. No, we never actually death crossed. Nope, not on the exponentials anyway. A death cross would be the green 50, or in my case right now 55, going below the 200, which the simple 200 on this chart is in red and the exponential is in purple. But we never really saw that kind of death cross. We're actually nice pulling away. So that's good. Having the golden cross intact, the 55 green above the 200 in red and 200 exponential in purple, that's going to give traders more of the bullish bias, because we also have a nice positive slope on the 200 simple on the daily, as well as, well, actually, usually when I see the 200 simple coming above the exponential, that's not the best sign. Is there any times where we can find back here where that happened? Oh, that's just sideways. I mean, you can see it here. The reason why the exponential, the way that this is weighted, it's more reactive to like the recent price action. So that's why, even though these are both 200s, this one reacts linear to the price, while this one is weighted towards recent price action. So when you see the 200 simple coming over the 200 exponential and the exponential is curving down, I mean, even if you just kind of played that cross, like, what would that give you? right here if you like sold the wicks. And then, I mean, now you're in like, oh yeah, and then you got a death cross there. So what happens when you sell the next one? Because now you're like really screaming bearish. Yeah, that's rough. So this one's basically telling you to like, hey man, hold on to your shorts. So basically 2 trades right there to the downside, 37 and 36%. So that's just a little example. Is that what's happening here? I mean, what's going on with Binance lately? Is there any good news going on? Bad news? I don't know. I'm going to have to look into that for the next episode. And with that, I'm going to look at the chats if anybody's in here. If not, that's okay. This is only my 2nd episode. Just want to thank everybody for watching and joining me. Alright, that's cool. Alright, thanks for joining. Hope to see you in the next one.